y'all. 2022 is almost over, but not quite. See, each and every moment that I exist on this plane, I realize I've been expanding. And the times of this year have shown me that as much as you ascend on this ladder, never forget that it will be a point where you descend. But what I've learned from my descension is that, okay, see the difference between when you were up and now that you're coming down. And for me, as a solar being, I can only speak for myself, right? For me as a solar being, being intricately connected to that sun right there, right? I can tell that my body's season, right? It's like, okay, just like the cosmos around us and within us has a season, right? Like even in Ayurveda, we know that there's certain times of the year where you should be focusing on certain parts of the body to clean because it's that time of the year to clean that part of the body, right? It's just everything's on a orderly schedule. Even like living out here in nature, I've learned that there's a certain time of year. There's like a week in July where this specific beetle appears. And for the last 3 years now, I've observed that, hey man, every time around this time of the year, these insects start showing up. The stink bugs show up at a certain time. The ladybugs show up at a certain time. So everything is on a cyclical manner here in this cosmos, just meaning a cycle, right? And so same thing with your body. That's where I was going with this, right? Is my body's cycle. I'm starting to see, oh, okay, as the sun is on its ascent, right? Like spring, summer, and stuff like that. Yo, my soul, my energy, my frequency is like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But then when this time of the year comes, as the sun gets further away, like I've explained to you before, like where I'm at, I know where the pole is at. You see what I'm saying? I've been here for about 3 years now, so I know the North Pole sits right there. I know that spring and summertime, that sun comes up right here. It's closer to the pole, but then when it starts to get cold in the winter, it's going further out. So then it starts rising over there. And so I've witnessed this over 3 years now. So I got this thing pretty stabilized. That yeah, that when we say quote unquote in the flat earth community or whatever, the movement of the sun, like they're on to something there. Like I don't care what nobody says, like because I observe this and I know for sure because I watch these celestial bodies around me. And so again, like I was saying, relating this to the body, it seems that during this time of the year, the sun starts getting further away. Me being a solar being, I'm not a fan of the cold anyway. I can feel that in my soul that like, oh man, here we go again. Like, it's not that like I lose full power, but like I can tell that like, oh, this time of the year is like, man, it be pushing me, to become better, and it also makes me more conscious of the entire process of what's happening here. So I just learned to trust my soul, and I learned to trust that, hey, when you're seeing these descents happening, like this is for you to learn. And remember, when you're on that descent, that this is the preparation that you need in order to make your ascent again. And when you make that ascent again, you already should be ready, because if you've been conscious and you've been doing the work on yourself, that's all it is. The work on yourself. Like I told you, performing yoga, the great work, the real great work on yourself, not just sitting back calling on something else, waiting for it to come and do it for you. No, I don't have to do anything because, oh, it's going to come. Nah, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. Like, you have to put that work in. You see what I'm saying? I got to where I'm at because of my actions, and I know that, for better or for worse. Spirit light body, y'all. So I come forward, man. You already know what it is, y'all. I appreciate everyone out there. And remember one thing before I get up out of here, y'all. Remember this. Don't let people who do not know who they are or do not know themselves tell you anything about you or let you get thrown off. Sometimes you have to understand, especially us when it comes to this conscious movement, that a lot of the times that we want to go out and go share our knowledge and stuff with people, but the Gita reminded me of something that I've known for a long time, that you have to be conscious of how and what you give to others, because there's different types of givings, and sometimes when you're giving stuff to people who are not worthy of it being given to, and this doesn't get into like an ego, like I'm better than them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you that if someone's not doing the work on selves and they're not interested in doing the work on selves, and which you are, and you keep trying to pour the energy out to them, and then they're rejecting it, and then it makes you feel like, oh, see, they're never gonna get it, blah blah blah. Man, I just need to stop. And then here it is, and next day you turn back around and you're doing it again, because that's in your core, that's who you are. But you have to remember something, that it's not for them, it's for you, my dear. You see what I'm saying? It is for you to be absorbing that knowledge, and for you to practice it, and for you to be elevated. It may not be their time. See what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. Like I just told you, there's a time and place for everything. Above and below, within and without. So it is, y'all. Wholeness.